So, what did I say yesterday? It's a nice day, we've got to make the most of it. And yeah, sure enough, we've got little showers today. Apparently the rest of the week is supposed to be nice though. Yeah, really glad I made that video yesterday and played it back to myself. And there's a lot in that. Now, I had a chat yesterday with my mentor, and so every week we get a thing called office hours where we can go on a Zoom call and different people speak, and trust me, this lady, oh, getting messages pop up, I'll tell you about that in a bit. Yeah, her information is very valuable, very, very valuable. And I can tell you from my previous experience as a youth worker and having a mentor, although that one was unofficial, you find yourself someone like that, you squeeze them for all they're worth, you know, really sort of get every drop of knowledge out of that person as you can. And for me, that's my person I learn off. So yeah, there was another lady on there. I mean, what was really nice, talking about copywriting and stuff, had a really nice compliment. She said, wow, your marketing that you're sharing just looks amazing. It's really well written, and that's nice feedback for me because, like I say, I'm starting to take that side of things very seriously. And I forget what this lady said, but she's talking about her change in mindset after starting the program, which is what I've been talking about. And my mentor, Vicky, said, well, you're doing a program that's designed to change the way you think. And I was like, that's interesting. That is interesting because that's what's been happening to me. I'm seeing things in a bigger way, really. You know, as I was talking about. And yeah, I had a customer yesterday and it was cool. And I think just as a reflection of how I'm changing, I mean, an example, so this lady talks about, and a lot of people talk about, finding your £1,000 an hour skill or £100 an hour skill, whatever, and or job, and how can you spend more time doing things that are going to bring you more money. And then what she does is little jobs that are essential to the business, but can be done cheaper. You know, she'll farm them out, or she'll employ someone to do that, or she'll automate it. And, you know, you often think you have to do everything yourself. And I really think, you know, my skill really is going to be copywriting. I mean, you really can earn some phenomenal money that way. I seem to have an aptitude for it already. I find it very interesting. The difference, a lot of people get into this idea because they want an easy way to make money and have no aptitude for it, no real interest in it. Now, it's different. When I was a youth and community writer, I was very passionate and successful about writing fundraising bids. So I might have an idea for a project, write off to the National Lottery, for example. And then what I liked about that was that you can have an idea that's going to help a bunch of people. And instead of just having it in your brain as something that would be nice to do, you can bring that idea into manifestation. And somehow I just found, naturally, I had an aptitude for it. I understood how the process would work. I could see what mistakes other people were making, which would mean that we wouldn't get that money. So it's not a big sum of money compared to some people, but I brought in about £40,000, I think, in about 2 years, which to me is a really big sum. But I've experienced writing something and then having money come in. Now, like I said, trying to get rid of this martyrdom complex, this saviour complex. You know, I've been focusing on working with people in pain, which I do find satisfying, but there's something, it's a little bit too close to my old way of thinking. Like, I've always worked with the underdog, you know, young offenders, people with challenging behaviour, learning disabilities, complex mental health problems, and I'm really trying to change my mindset around that. So I'm just kind of playing with today how maybe I need to actually be trying to attract more athletes, you know. Yeah, it's just a little too similar to the type of work that I'm trying to gravitate away from, really. But yeah, I'm gonna start pouring. You know, I spoke about my plan to have 3 months income, and this is an example how this program is changing how I'm thinking. All of my ideas, which take a lot of work, and I'm still gonna do them and see them through, but as I said yesterday, it's a lot of work for not massive reward. It's certainly not massively life-changing reward, whereas a little bit of effort into copywriting could be huge, you know. And there's this thing, again, I think Paul Chek talks about. It's like when you, particularly support workers will identify with this, you can help other people at cost to yourself. Now, the trouble is, the net benefit has remained the same. You've just transferred, you're tired out, resentful, someone else is feeling a little bit better. You know, there hasn't really been a shift. But if your needs are taken care of, if you're abundant, you have more to give, you know. And there's nothing wrong with earning money. And yeah, perhaps be interesting for people following along to see how I get on with that. Because I'm not one of those people that, I really don't enjoy watching TV or switching my brain off too much. I like to have something to focus on. And copywriting is what has grabbed my attention at the moment. And yeah, this conversation with my mentor, she made me see that I'm almost making too much of a meal of this whole business thing. Like, I only want 15 people. I'm on the right track. If I continue doing what I'm already doing, I'm going to be there. You know, it's not going to take so long. You know, a few months, a year, something like that. So she said, look, give yourself 5 KPIs, key performance indicators, like send out an email once a week, speak to 5 people about sports massage, this kind of thing. So you always do them things, so you're always moving in the right direction. Now, that doesn't really take me a week. So I'm going to experiment with still working hard, but sort of taking off that mental pressure, and then putting the rest of my time into really, really learning how to write copy, because it's a learnable skill, you know, and it's a high paying skill.